Welcome to House of Papillons. If you're new here, welcome. And also, welcome back if you've been here before. I'm so glad you decided to join me again. So I'm really excited for this blue challenge. And the reason I'm excited is because it's kind of a walk down memory lane for me. I recently learned on just perusing the AliExpress website, and they had, molds that were discounted for the end of the year. And I saw some Buon Nicole molds. If any of you watch Claire from Claire's Crafty Corner or Louise Singleton, you'll see they are ambassadors for Buon Nicole. And they have some gorgeous, most of their molds are for candles. So things turn out, matte. They're not usually a shiny thing. But both Claire and Louise usually do some Eco Resin pours in these molds, and they're gorgeous. Their molds are quite costly, so I was very excited, and I did pick up a few of the molds that I thought were just beautiful. There were even some for Easter season. They weren't all just holiday molds. It certainly wasn't their whole collection. These are not dupes. The box that they came in was shipped separately than the other AliExpress things, and the box said Buon Nicole, so they came right from Buon Nicole. Anyway, while I was looking there, I saw a mold for a Volkswagen Beetle car. And it turns out like a little planter. It's hollow in the top, and you use it as a planter. When I was a little kid, I was very little, and my mom bought a Volkswagen Beetle. We had so much fun in that car. I remember actual trips in that car. I was so little and young that I could lay down in the back. Like they could, she'd put the seats down. And it was the first car I ever saw that had seats that went down. It was the first car I ever saw that had a sunroof. And then she took me later, I think it was maybe a year later or so, that the American version of The Love Bug came out, that movie, and I just knew we were the coolest family in all of planet Earth because we had a bug, or a Volkswagen Beetle. So the month of January several years ago was when I lost her, and I thought, how appropriate that I pour this in memory of the good times we had in that car. And I'm gonna do it in a light blue, which was the color of our Beetle, my mom's Beetle, our Beetle. And so I'm gonna pour an eco pour, and then I'm gonna try to sort of paint it to put in the windows and the chrome and all this stuff. We'll see how that turns out. But most of the Buon Nicole molds come with this shell, and this one is a plastic, and it just helps the whole thing keep its shape once you fill it with liquid, because once you fill something with liquid, it tends to sort of the sides get weak and things can sort of bulge out in areas where it's not supposed to. So that's part of the expense of their molds. I am going to use Resincrete. You can see the bag, and I like Resincrete a lot, but I'm going to use one of these measurements because they already tell you the grams. You have to do a certain percentage of water to the powder. Some people do this by like looking at it. I think you all know by now, I'm not a looking at it type of girl. I like to have mixtures, so it goes, the ratio is 100 grams to 30 grams water. So I'm going to go down here. And I'm gonna choose one of these, and then the mold it's you know, medium. It's not huge, and especially with the planter thing that's in the middle of the car, it's probably not that much. I'm gonna go right here to the 400 gram and 120 grams of water, and we'll turn on our scale, and it's at 0 grams. So we'll see. What did I say? 400 grams. So what I did when I started doing Eco Pour, I sacrificed some measuring cups out of my kitchen. So 1/3 of a cup is roughly 114 grams. 1/3 of a cup of powdery stuff. Man, that doesn't look like it's gonna make that much. All right, I'm going for 500 grams. I just made that decision. Yeah, 503, 504. Uh-oh. Here we go. Okay, one thing I'm gonna do before I start mixing the water or putting the water in, thinking about coloring the water. So to make the light blue beetle, in my opinion, it was blue, but it was a slight sort of tinge of a turquoise almost. Like it was verging on, you know, a pale turquoise blue, I thought. To make turquoise, a lot of times you can mix in blue with, or I'm sorry, a little bit of yellow, or sometimes a little bit of green. And I have resin-crete pigment that I'm going to put in here. Just try a drop, because I've never used this stuff before. And I feel like, you know, this water is going to be the whole thing, going to be everything. Of course, it'll be much, much lighter blue than that. Let's see, that's blue. Wonder if there's a way to get like half a drop, because I don't want a I don't want, you know, as much blue as I just put in. I don't want that same amount of yellow. All right, that might do something. Wow, it did change it. All right, let's see. Let's see here. Let's so you can't see, but when I first tested it, it was that blue, and see how it changed it to a greenier blue. But I don't want it to be too green, because that car, it was a pale blue, but in my opinion, it was on the sort of tealier side of pale blue. I feel like that I'm I'm the people at the Volkswagen factory going, no, we want it. So that's still kind of blue, isn't it? Do I get really brave and add a little bit of green? I don't know. Am I that brave? Am I that brave? I love the color of that car. I wish there was a way to duplicate. But again, I'm going to end up adding more of this stuff in here. Well, I didn't. actually didn't say it in the first place. There is no, oh, that's too much. This is not going to be nearly enough, I don't think, color to go in there in the actual, you know, once I put it in the resin-crete. I think it's probably going to dilute it a lot. I'm supposed to put in 150 grams of water. So we're just going to do this sort of slowly. There's 40. I really shouldn't be doing this with my left hand. Ooh, 150 on the button. All right, let's stir it up. Wow, I'm liking this color, but I don't have nearly all the powder mixed in. Yeah, now it's way, way, way pale. But see, again, once it dries, it darkens. So, so there's that. Just trying to get down to the bottom of things here. I like having a cup that I can, you know, see through. I got these, I think probably like at the Dollar Tree, these plastic things. And what's really cool is that if you do eco pour in them, once you're finished, you let it, you know, let it dry and just crack it out of there. It's the easiest cleanup ever. I enjoy easy. Easy is, I'm a fan. And I'm gonna do this for a few minutes or a minute. Whisk also, Dollar Tree. Wow, like 500 grams. That doesn't make a whole heck of a lot of powder either. I thought I was gonna have all this left over. Here I was preparing all these molds and oh my goodness, I'm gonna have leftover. All right, I'm gonna do another drop and see what that does to it. Just of the blue. And that's going more in the direction now. It would be wonderful if this could be a more on the tealier side of blue, but I wonder if I could do like I'm just doing like a drop on the stick, and then I'm gonna try to just get a little bit off of there, like not the whole thing, just yeah, that robin egged it up a little bit. Making sure I'm in the camera. And what I'm gonna do is slam it around a little bit. Knock it around, knock it about. Man, I'm glad I didn't go for 400 grams of that stuff. My first measurement. It wouldn't have been enough. Nope. As a matter of fact, I may have to mix it. Well, may have to I think I have to mix up some more to finish off the very bottom of this. Yeah. Like it's almost there, but it's not there. See, you can see the very edge. It's in between. It's in between liquid and not liquid. Oh, the colors aren't that much different. All right, I'm happy with this, I guess. Yep. Happy as I'm gonna be for now. And I will see you after this is cured. And with Resincrete, you're supposed to wait 30 minutes. And I know with most of these molds, you know, you need to wait the amount of time that they say, but not go too far longer than that, because they can start to sweat inside. And also know that whatever color this ends up looking like, it's going to darken because it's still wet down deep into the concrete or the Resincrete, and it'll take, I think, at least 24 hours it has to sit. So I have an old sort of baker's rack thing that I have over on my drying table getting ready, and I'll just sit it there so that air can get up above it, and etc. And I'm just going to let it sit before it so that we can let it completely cure, and then I can paint it and seal it and all the things. Ooh, this is quite nice and thin. I mean, it's not too thin, but I'm saying that meaning it should just peel right out of here rather easily, I think. So cute. I actually had 2 Volkswagens when I was old enough to drive. My first brand new car was a Volkswagen Scirocco, very sporty car. And actually my second Volkswagen was sporty too. It was the GTI. So I've had my share of Volkswagens too. This is probably where the love of Volkswagen started, when I was just a little child. Oh, so cute. So cute. I almost wish it was, this is really close to the color, I think. And see, the part that was, you know, a little bit under was from about a quarter of the wheel, just this very edge of the wheels up. There wasn't, you know, very much that I had to mix that second mixture, so I don't think it affected this at all. Oh, wow, what was that? There must have been something stuck in there. Well, I'm glad it's on the inside of the planter part anyway. But I am going to go in and maybe try to paint some of these windows and the tires and some of the chrome, and, you know. Oh, this is everything. So cute. At first I sealed it and I had to wait 24 hours. Then I was able to paint. I used a combination of regular acrylic paint and some chrome paint pens. Are you ready? Ta-da! There's my Beetle, my Volkswagen Beetle. I glued some little cabochon, or not cabochons, but some little crystal lights there for the headlights. And there's the other side. He even has the little signal lights and the rear lights as well. I hope you like it. Thank you for staying here and watching this video. And thank you, Andy, for setting up this collaboration. It was a lot of fun. And I hope you like my blue project. Please like and subscribe if you like what you see here. And come and join me again for some resiny fun. Bye-bye.